Welcome back again, Chess Masters. Here is my game analysis from last weekend on Sunday. Now, as I mentioned before, sometimes our top game or our first game isn't always the most interesting. As you probably find, the best games you have are when someone's just your level and we don't know who's going to win. They're the games I love to analyse. So the top game on Sunday was actually Diamond Dog and Vrinda, but their scores are really unequal. And good work, Vrinda, for giving him a tough game. But as you know, Diamond Dog has been even beat me the other day, and the games aren't too exciting to watch between Diamond Dog and other people so far. So I want to give you a more close game to watch, and that was the second top game on Sunday. And as you can see, no surprise, the two players, J4 and Shayan, had similar scores. So that's the benefit of playing online. Or when we play at school in the club, after a few weeks, I can match you with someone who's your score or your level, and that's the most fun. And that's what should happen in a tournament eventually. And again, in my last video, I told you there's tournaments coming up. If you still want to go and do them while it's Corona time, they're going to test everyone. I think you can still go, but after a few games, you should get someone who's your level. And that's what we've got in this game. We can see Cheyenne here has got about 800 and J4's got 900. So they should be pretty evenly matched. So it was a close game, and let's see what we can learn from it. King's pawns opening up. Horses come out. Bishop's out. Now, horses and bishops coming out early is a bit more important than moving the pawns in the corner. We can do that. It's not really a bad move because it blocks the horse coming in, but it's more important to get some more pieces out first. So I think white's developing a bit faster. Look, white's already castled. So Cheyenne's much faster with development here, but black sensibly gets the horse out now. What's black attacking? The pawn in the middle. White defends. And which piece is blocked now? That's not a bad move, but black's a bit slower to develop, and that's expected, right? Because white usually should develop faster, because white moves first. White challenges for the middle, and we've got a few swaps. Should black take back? Horse for horse, who will be in a better position after? Well, white now gets a queen in the middle. Have a look. How many pieces has black got in the middle? How many pieces has white got in the middle? It's still pretty even, but white is developing faster. Very good idea from J4, attacking that queen in the middle. The queen retreats, and I might have kept my queen a little bit in the middle, maybe move back to like D3, but you can come all the way back, that's safe as well. And black stays on the attack here. Can the white queen take this bishop? Nope, it's defended, so that's a good idea. Keep chasing the queen around and developing at the same time. So now black's developing a bit faster. Now what would you do if you're white to save your queen? You could move your queen. What else could we do though that might be better? Maybe you want to pause the video. So just so you know, I recommended in my last video that people go on Learn here on chess.com and do some puzzles, or you can do them online somewhere else on YouTube. And if you go to, it's not actually in Learn, we're at Lessons. I think if you go in Lessons, there'll be puzzles and tactics you can do. So this is sort of a little position for beginners. It might be an easy one, but you can pause the video and ask, what would you do? What's the right move for white? So maybe pause the video, and I hope everyone concluded I would have moved my pawn up here onto F3, and then the black bishop would have had to run away. So the queen moves over instead, and which white piece is blocked now? I don't like blocking this castle too much. It's not very good for development. Black J4 keeps moving in. Can we do much from here? Can this horse really go anywhere? It's getting closer to the white king. I like that, but we can't really go to G3, and we can't really go to F4 because of this bishop here. So I don't think this horse has got much of a future. What we should do as a standard strategy is get your bishops and horses out. Castle, get your castles in the middle, and then we go for the attack. We don't usually want to attack with two pieces near the king. I don't think this attack will come to much. So Cheyenne tries to chase him away, and the bishop runs. Now some of you might be tempted to move this g-pawn, but we don't want to open the king too much, so I hope that doesn't happen. Cheyenne stays on the attack. And again, before I'm pushing these pawns and chasing all these pieces, I'd get my bishop out and I'd get my castles in the middle. Now let's have a look. black could take, and then the white queen would come in. Would you take if you're black? You can pause the video if you want. Well, you might ask yourself, if you don't take, what could white do? What's the danger? White could take the pawn, and then it's check, and that would be a bit of trouble. So probably is the best idea to take. White takes back, and we've got, is this just any old check, or is black in danger? You might want to pause the video. Just press spacebar. You can pause the video and see what is dangerous for black. What should black do? You have to block. We can't move the king. So black blocks. Is this the best piece to block with though? How many white pieces are attacking this bishop? 1, 2. What else could we have blocked with? The queen, number 1. The bishop, number 2. I like the bishop because then you can castle. But he uses the bishop. What would you do now if you're white? There's 2 good options. Well, if you paused the video before and saw that this wasn't just a check, it was also a fork. The horse is being attacked as well. But you've also got these 2 pieces, so I could take, and get a check, but then I'm only going to win really 1 extra pawn. I'd prefer to snag this horse. So if I was white here, I'd swap bishops, and then I'd take the knight. And then you're up a piece, and we've got the king pretty open. Let's see what Shayan decides to do. He went for the horse. Now what should black do? Because white didn't swap off bishops before, so this bishop is hanging. It's left free here. Free bishop. So now, if we do a quick analysis, black's got 2 bishops, white's got a bishop and a horse, and I'm sure you remember that horse and bishop are both worth 3 points. Same value, so the game is still even, and that's what I love about this. We're in the middle of the game, the pieces are even, but remember what I said earlier? How do you think these players are using their time? Shayan hasn't even used 1 minute yet, and it looks to me like we're in about the middle of the game, so everyone needs to slow down. If you want to win, take a deep breath, slow down, and think about your moves. Try playing different time frames for your games. Try playing a 3-minute game, a 2-minute game, and then you'll see what happens when you really need to rush. Like this is rushing speed. This is for about a 2-minute game. This is a 10-minute game. Plenty of time. So the white rook's under attack, and Shayan gives a check. And as I said earlier, white has developed faster, so black is a bit behind on development, and as a result, the king's a bit vulnerable. How would you get out of check now if you were black? You could block with 2 good pieces. I'd use this bishop or this bishop. Bishop blocks. Very good. Shayan doubles up the attack. But you don't want to attack with your queen first because then you lose your queen. But it looks good. It's lining up the black king. So black really wants to castle, I think, as fast as they can. Very good. J4 gets the other bishop out. And very sneaky check here. Hope some people saw that. And this is a bit tricky. How would you get out of check? You could move your king, but we're still hoping to castle. Can you move your bishop? No, because of this castle here. We can't block with the bishop. What else can we block with? We could use the queen, but you have to think ahead. Once the queen moves, once the queen moves, what will black have to do next? Here we are. If the queen blocks and white takes back, let's just have a look. I can do analysis here. So when you're looking at your games, I showed in my last video how you can do analysis. And it's actually interesting if we look at it in this view. So let's continue looking at the game here. The computer will tell us when it was a really bad move or a really good move. This is good practice. So we got up to here, and we had a question mark move, means usually it's not that good. And if you want to learn why, the computer will tell you if you click on analysis here, and it will tell you what were the better moves. It's a bit complicated, but you can have a look at that in your own time. So white can block, black can block now with the queen. And if the computer gives you a star or a green symbol, that means it was a pretty good move. And by the way, we can look at the analysis here. And black is minus, so if it says -1, that's the equivalent of 1 pawn or 1 point. So that means black would be winning by 1. But for those of you who know your maths and your decimals, this is 0.02. So black is winning by a tiny, tiny bit. The super powerful computer calculates. So if you're white, should you take that queen? If you do, what will black take back with? Well, the king here. Like that. So let's see what they did. The queen ran back instead, so I'm just showing you what I was considering, but the queen went back. And if you see a target symbol, you can see up here the same grey colour. It says queen to e2 is good, But the better move was the green one, getting the bishop out. And I've been saying that from the beginning. The computer's agreeing with me. You will have to get your horses and bishops out before we go for any crazy attacks. All right, J4 decides to castle. We've got another question mark. It says it's an inaccurate move, and the better move was to get the castle over here to pin the queen, to pin the bishop. I like that. This knight is attacking what now? You could swap the bishop or get over here and get the pawn. So does J4 see it? Yes, and he saved his pawn, but the computer says this was a better move. The bishop coming back to defend. So Shayan now does a bit of a quick rash move. Where would you move your horse if you have to save it? And just have a look now at the computer calculated back here that black was winning. So it says minus. And after this move, the computer says wasn't very good. It's now +1. +1 means white's winning by 1 point or 1 pawn. But now Shayan does a crazy move and the computer didn't like this. Look at that bar, went all the way down. Double question mark in red, blunder, which also means mistake, right? Black's now winning by 5 points. And why? Why is this a mistake? It's now check. What are you going to do if you're black? You could move the king up or move the king over. If we move the king over, where's the knight going to go? Nowhere. Very good move, J4. The computer agrees. The white knight is lost. And so the white knight moves here, which is a bit of a waste of a move because it doesn't achieve much, and black takes. Correct move. Now we have one player, J4, is a knight up. And the computer has calculated that they're also in a better position because, as you can see, black's developed a lot more, that they're winning by almost 6 points. So white finally gets the bishop out. I like that. But here it's blocking this castle from coming in the middle, which is where we want our castles. And very good idea, J4 now pushes his pawns down with a pawn storm to hopefully open up this defense and get to the white king. Does white have a counter plan? Ooh, look what the computer says. Blue tick, an excellent move. Why is that? Because the castle is under attack now. Castle comes over to reveal an attack on the queen. Looks pretty good. Queen moves forward. I don't know what the plan is there. The bishop attacking the queen. Looks good. Queen tries to come over here to attack this side of the board and get towards the black king. Sounds good, but I think it's hard to get through these defenses. If I was hoping to attack as white, I'd be moving these pawns forward to try and take out these pawns. And black, J4, has got the right idea to push these pawns forward. Pawn gets pushed, the white queen moves around, and the white queen's under attack again. And white queen comes back, and the black defense opens up. But this is not bad because it chases the black bishop away, and now we can have a swap. Now just remember, for all of you, I've repeated this a lot, when do you want to swap? You want to swap when you've got more pieces. Now, black's got more pieces, so I would swap if I was black. But black runs away, chasing the bishop. Bishop runs back. We've got another option for a swap, and white swaps. Now black has got an extra bishop, and looks very comfortable for black. The black queen gets chased, and we've got an option for a swap, and they're not swapping. It's a check. We can see a check here. And white is making a little comeback on the bar. Let's have a few quick moves because it gets a bit long at the end here. White's trying to get to the black king. That's a mistake because why? The queen could be taken. We've got a check. King runs away and they go back and forth a few times, and this is a big mistake. I'm not sure why. They wanted the queen in the corner is better. Chasing each other. Queen's under attack. And it's pretty even now. Hoping for a checkmate. And I'll do a few quick moves and we get to an exciting ending. The queen's under attack. Check. And we've got a castle swap here. Pawns are being pushed. And I'll just get towards the exciting ending here. We've got here now, white has a big chance. White comes in with a lovely check. The king moves and white gets tempted here for another check. And then a free piece. Where's the free piece? Castle over here. And all of a sudden, black is winning because, pause the video, what's the last move? Checkmate. Lovely game. Very good work, and J4 wins.